This episode of My Two Satoshis is brought to you by Algorand. Algorand solves the existing trilemma of today's blockchains, which is that they all can only offer at most two of the three properties: scalability, security, or decentralization. With Algorand's proprietary architecture, participants on the network can ensure that it will never fork. Algorand is based on a new POS consensus algorithm called Pure Proof of Stake, which is even better than my beloved delegated proof of stake system. Visit algorand.com for more information on this new technology. Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is July 15th, 2019. Shout out to Sarge Crypto for this one. Man, this is a classic. Can't knock the hustle. The greatest one, Jay-Z, off that Reasonable Doubt album, his first album he ever dropped. It was a classic. What's good, people? Hope you guys are doing well today, and welcome to another episode. I know it's Monday, but hey, we got to get into it. A lot of crazy, exciting things going on over the weekend. Bitcoin cryptos got slaughtered. We're going to take a look at the details on that. It broke both of my support, or actually kind of trend lines that I had drawn. And I didn't get a chance to do a video yesterday. I probably would have saved you a little money, because once we broke that second little trend line, I'm like, get out the way. Get out the way. And we dropped all the way to 10K, I think. So we'll take a look at that. But for the articles today, we're going to take a look at 0x and how they just straight shut down their exchange, their decentralized exchange. And people are getting a little bit upset about how can a decentralized exchange just simply shut down and restart with a new contract because of a bug. Sounds like it's a bad thing. There are pros and cons of being fully decentralized. In a scenario where this was fully decentralized, what happens if you find a bug in your smart contract, which we know all code has flaws. So on the Ethereum network, once you deploy a contract, you have to redeploy a new one if there are bugs found. So they redeployed a new contract that pretty much runs the DEX. And a lot of people are upset about this, so we're going to take a look at this. I didn't even know about this whole situation that happened over the weekend. It happened actually on Saturday, so we'll take a look at that. And then the second article out of CoinSpeaker talks about Tether accidentally minting $5 billion worth of USDT. Ah, man, this is crazy. We'll take a look at the details on this. And then lastly, as you guys probably know, and we've got the head of the Libra project talking on Capitol Hill right now. I think personally, and said this the first day I read the white paper, that they're going to put a halt to this, and the rollout of Libra is going to be dragged on for some time and will probably look very different than it is proposed in the white paper. But today, a proposal to prevent big technology companies from functioning as financial institutions or issuing digital currencies has been circulating for discussion by the Democratic majority that leads the House Financial Services Committee. So we'll take a look at the details on this. Again, this is out of Reuters. That's really big. That really actually means that Facebook's coin won't ever come out. So we'll have to see what happens here. But I want to just continually stay on top of this, because this is a watershed moment for the cryptocurrency community, and what this means for all of the non-corporate run or created cryptocurrencies out there. Because I'm gonna have to be honest with you, if for whatever reason they do allow this coin to function within the borders of the United States, I think modified for sure, but let's just say they do allow this coin to actually be distributed, I think there's going to be a big hit to all of the altcoins. It just is what it is. Like, the marginal benefit to use a Litecoin or a Digibyte or Dash, any of those coins, the marginal benefit dwindles by many times. So I don't think it will ever necessarily affect Bitcoin in that manner, because we see what route Bitcoin is going, kind of a gold 2.0 or a digital form of gold. So I don't see Libra really affecting them as much as I do see it affecting the alt cryptocurrencies. Now, again, you have to differentiate currencies, cryptocurrencies, and crypto assets, two totally different groups. And I do not see the Libra at this juncture really affecting the crypto assets, but that could be a possibility in the future as well. So we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. I just want to definitely keep my eyes on this whole situation as it unfolds. But let's get to this bloodbath situation that we had over the weekend. It got ugly, people. Luckily, we were short Ethereum 285 down to around 215, so we did very well on that trade. And we're seeing a bounce back today, but there was a lot of blood in the streets over the weekend, guys. And again, I was not able to do a video yesterday to document that. But as you can see, we do see a bounce back today slightly. Bitcoin's up almost 1% to 10,500. Again, this doesn't tell the whole story because we were down to about 10,000 earlier today or late last night. And Ethereum still down, though, down 2.2% to $228. EOS kind of flatlined, up 0.25% to $4.31. And Litecoin is getting slaughtered back below that $100 handle as I thought it would. I think we're going to see Litecoin hit probably $60, 60, $50, somewhere around there as the halvening occurs and that whole thing wears off and the prices move past that. So again, we're definitely seeing a move back in the markets. Some technical levels were broken, as I've stated earlier. And as we look here, we tried, people. We really did. We bounced off the trend line that I had drawn here, but the bears just smacked us back down. Once we broke that, once I saw this full reversal of that bounce move off of the trend line, wasn't feeling too good about what was going on. As you can see, we got down to this area, which was kind of like a pseudo trend line that I drew just in case the markets interpreted that as a trend line instead of the one above. But really, this one above is the real one. As you can see how the market reacted to it, it bounced right off of that area. So that was the true trend line. But this is kind of a pseudo trend line that I marked here for us. And there was some battling going on here. As you can see, a lot of wicks touching this area. About 4 or 5 hours worth of bears and bulls battling right here. But bears eventually took over, dropped us down. And as you can see, there was a test of this right here. And then we headed further down. So that, you know, the market did interpret that as a trend line as well, but maybe not as strong as the one above that I had originally drawn. But now where we are with this scenario is that previous support becomes future resistance. And now this is an area we have to kind of watch out for. We don't know if it's going to get back above this or not, but this is where we'll have to watch. And if we do get above this, it's probably going to accelerate fast to this area and try to get back above this trend line. So really you want to be risk off until we get above this trend line, which is 10,800 area. And then you really want to go risk on above, I would say 11,100, that trend line here. This trend line is ultimately what we want to get back above. But until then, it is all caution over here. I do like this double bottom here that we're seeing. That's a good indicator if we can keep this area. And I think we will. I said 10,000 would probably be the lowest we go. And that's about right where we bounced off of. So if we go any lower, the only area I see left here is 9,400, between 95 and 9,400. If we go lower than that, people, oof, 8,900 would be the next area. I do not think we're going to go that low. I'm just going to be honest. I'm hoping that the 10,000 level is a psychological whole number that the markets will feel comfortable as a new support area for us. So before we get started, guys, just want to give a shout out to Moon Lambo for the sponsor. There is a special reward for all of my viewers. If you use the word CryptoBlood10, you can save 10% off on your purchase. And also, there is a whale discount over there at Moon Lambo. You spend over $200, you save 25%. So check those guys out. They got a lot of merch and I think you'll be interested in it for the summer for sure. Let's take a look at this out of CoinDesk. The original post was out of Reuters. They first announced it, but it says lawmakers in the U.S. are discussing a bill that seeks to prevent large technological institutions in the country from issuing cryptocurrencies. According to a report from Reuters on Monday and a copy of the draft bill circulating online, policymakers in the U.S. House of Representatives, the Democratic ones, that is, are looking to step up their scrutiny over big tech firms that are interested in cryptocurrencies. Under the section of Prohibition related to cryptocurrencies, the draft bill called Keep Big Tech Out of Finance Act states, wow, this is crazy, people. A large platform utility may not establish, maintain, or operate a digital asset that is intended to be widely used as a medium of exchange, unit of account, store of value, or any other similar function as defined by the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. Do you hear this? Land of the free. This is insane. The bill specifically defines a digital asset as an asset that is issued and transferred using distributed ledger or blockchain technology, including so-called virtual currencies, coins, and tokens. It further clarifies any large tech firm with over $25 billion in global annual revenue could fall into this category, and any violation of the proposed regulation should be subject to a fine of not more than $1 million per each day of such violation. While the bill is still in a discussion draft form and not yet formally submitted, the news comes just weeks after Facebook's announcement of a plan to issue Libra cryptocurrencies on a blockchain. The firm booked $55 million in revenue for 2018. Worldwide regulators have since then voiced concerns on how Facebook's plan can remain compliant with financial regulations across the globe. So here you go, people. This is a watershed moment, seeing how now the governments are really starting to kind of push back at cryptocurrencies. And we know it's more so from cryptocurrencies that are issued by big tech giants. And this should let you guys know where they see the threat. And they see the threat in the masses adopting a cryptocurrency that has a brand behind it, like a Facebook or a Twitter, an Apple, a Google. A Google coin would go crazy. Like, people would use that. So they're trying to nip this in the bud now. And that's where the real threat to the Federal Reserve is, not Bitcoin per se. Not enough people actually know about it and use it. We think because we're in cryptocurrencies that everyone knows about Bitcoin and cryptos and all of that and know how to use it and all of that. No, but everyone that you know, from your grandma down to your cousins, they know what Facebook is. They know what Twitter is. They know what Instagram is. That is a huge threat to the Federal Reserve policy and them maintaining power over this monetary structure. So this is a direct threat, and they're nipping this in the bud now. If this bill passes, which I don't see why it wouldn't, I have no reason to believe this bill wouldn't be passed. If this bill is passed, Libra is done here in the United States. Won't happen. There you have it, people. Very interesting and very sad, to be honest with you. Very sad. I don't like Facebook. I don't like how they have over the years taken advantage of their users. But this move by the government just lets you know who the good guys and the bad guys are, and how there can be bad guys that don't like other bad guys. I keep telling you guys that Facebook is not a good guy, but yet they're getting slammed down by the United States government and the Federal Reserve. So it's a very complex system that we're living in, people. Don't make it binary at all. Now, this second article, oh my God, man. Out of CryptoVest, Decentralized Exchange Protocol 0x shuts down in a nightmare scenario. It says the 0x project pushed the emergency button, shutting down its own decentralized exchange and sparking an outrage regarding control over presumably decentralized technology. Jeez, the 0x Decentralized Exchange Protocol was shut down this Saturday after the discovery of a potential exploit. No funds are missing, and the project redeployed a new smart contract with the vulnerability patched. The nature of the potential exploit was based on a feature of the Ethereum. Wait a minute. The Ethereum virtual machine. Why the hell are people still using this? I don't understand. And it goes on to say, and the way it handled its smart contract code and was discovered by Sam CZ's son. The reason for the exploitable smart contract was possibly code meant to save gas on the Ethereum network. Do you see this stuff, people? So the code was only possible because they were trying to save money on transactions on the Ethereum network, which I've told you guys so many times before, no real world smart contract blockchain is going to work where the end user has to pay for gas. It's not going to work, people. The vulnerability concerned the verification of wallet signatures, potentially allowing an attacker to fill certain orders with an invalid wallet signature. The vulnerability does not affect the smart contract for the 0x token itself, and the funds are safe, the team stated. Interesting. Unfortunately, the possibility for shutting down a decentralized exchange by the decision of its founders has worried the crypto community. Warren himself called the shutdown a nightmare scenario. The behavior of the 0x smart contract also revealed potential flaws in earlier usage of the Solidity programming language. All distributed apps and decentralized exchanges on the Ethereum network rely on the Solidity language, setting some limitations. And this is probably why Bancor moved from Ethereum to EOS. And it goes on to talk about Bancor. It says decentralized exchanges are not foolproof, and in the past, the Bancor protocol has also seen exploits and token theft. Smart contracts auditing is still a relatively young field, and potential exploits are sometimes noticed by accident. Bam, there you have it. Unfortunate. And I don't understand why more and more companies are still, it doesn't make any sense. They're going to have to all move off of Ethereum or just be in a limbo purgatory phase for the next 2.5 years until we get an upgrade with Ethereum network. Last article is out of Coin Speakers, and it's about Tether accidentally minting $5 billion worth of USDT tokens. The Well Alert Twitter account caught a $5 billion Tether print run. Tether and Bitfinex CTO confirmed that this was a mistake and that the surplus USDT had been destroyed. Nevertheless, Bitcoin's price started to depreciate. As Twitter Crypto Well Alert tweeted, 50 million USD tokens were transferred from cryptocurrency exchange Poloniex to the Tether treasury via the Omni protocol on the Bitcoin blockchain. The account subsequently reported that Tether treasury minted 5 billion tokens on the Tron blockchain, after which it burned them. After that, Tether minted another 50 billion on the same chain, burned another 4.5 billion, and finally transferred 50 million Tron-based USDT tokens to a wallet presumably belonging to Poloniex. Official news is the amount printed should have been 50 million as part of the swap from Omni to Tether. This was corrected by burning the full amount in 2 subsequent transactions. Interesting. From cryptocurrency exchange Poloniex, they confirmed what happened by saying that Polo is correct. This occurred while Poloniex was conducting a USDT chain swap with the help of Tether. An incorrect amount of USDT was accidentally minted, and this has since been resolved to the intended value. It goes on to say that almost immediately after the transaction was first caught, Bitcoin declined by about 3.5%, falling to 11,000. The price went on to increase, but has since declined further and is currently trading at around 10,700. Well, there you have it. A little fat finger there on the printing of, or minting, I should say, of new Tether for the Tron blockchain. What do you guys think? Do you think Tether really has any manipulative powers going forward? I have to admit, I think back in 2017, there's definitely some manipulation going on there, some extra printing of Tether. But since, the spotlight is on them now, I don't think they're doing anything additional as far as liquidity going on in the markets. So I personally think no, there's no additional manipulation going on. Tether is a good thing for these markets because it adds a level of liquidity that is needed. You know, if we didn't have anywhere to go moving in and out of Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency, these markets will be even more illiquid. So it's good that we have this. It's almost like a pseudo shorting, and shorting is also good for markets as well, for price discovery. Just something to remember as you go forward. But that's pretty much it though, ladies and gents. And shout out to my man again, Sarge Crypto, for that song request today. Jigga Man, Can't Knock the Hustle. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell. That's another episode of My Two Satoshis for July 15th, 2019. I'm out of here, people. Holla.